In this video, we're walking through a sprawling one-story custom home newly built in Austin, Texas. Now this home is massive. It's over 4,400 square feet. It has 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, a 3-car garage. It has a pool in the backyard, and we're sitting on a lot that's over 33,000 square feet. Now this home was built by Ames Design Build. The listing agent is Micah VanDover at Kuper Sotheby's International. And my name's Raj Sahu. I'm a realtor in Austin, Texas. And on a weekly basis, I tour new homes that feel open concept, just like this one. I think you're seeing that right when we walk in the front door, where we're met with tall ceilings. You have a large sliding glass door on the back wall, and there is so much great design work throughout this home. Now I'll cover as many details as I can throughout this walkthrough, and by the end of this video, I'll want to know from you, is this home worth its current list price of $3.15 million? Starting off in the kitchen, I love the color combination that they have in here, where they did a kitchen island and lower cabinet color as a shade of blue. The upper cabinets are white and bright, and they have some touches of gold throughout this kitchen. You see it on the hardware on the cabinets, as well as the light fixtures, even the bar stools that are not included with the home, but just give you an idea of what works with this color combination of blue, white, and touches of gold. What complements everything in this kitchen is this large picture frame window that looks out to the backyard, which we'll get to next, and that is bringing in so much natural light to light up this main living area. Now the kitchen upgrades continue, where we have Wolf and Sub-Zero appliances. We have a designer vent hood above this oven that goes all the way up to the ceiling. And then I like how they kept the backsplash simple to allow for other design upgrades in this kitchen to become the focal point. And I think that focal point then becomes the two-tone cabinets as well as the light fixtures above the kitchen island. Those are the two things that I think really stood out when I looked into this kitchen, and I think everything else just complements those two design upgrades. What I also love about this main living area is, pretend you're at this kitchen island and this is your home. You can see right out into the main living area. Off your left shoulder is that large picture frame window that we saw previously. And then off your right shoulder, you even have a window that looks out to your front driveway. And this is where windows and design make such a big difference in how you feel when walking through a main living area like this one. When I walked through this main living area, my eyes wanted to go right up to those beams across the ceiling in the living room. Then it looked to the right at that fireplace design. And then it looked all the way to the left at all the design items that we covered in the kitchen. And that's where design and windows come together to make a space feel so big. And I think also a big factor is the dining room is right in the middle of the living room and kitchen. Let me know what you think about this. I've had clients tell me that they're not really formal dining people. They have a formal dining room in their current house and they never use it. And when I get that type of feedback, these are the types of plans that I showcase, because they tell me they spend a lot of time in their main living area, whether they're cooking or whether they're just sitting down to eat something or just watching TV. And I think this living room with everything combined is fantastic. Now, I don't think you see this every day. Off the front wall, we have about 9 windows here that just opens up to the driveway and the front yard, and that all shines in on this fireplace design. So I think this looks great. Again, it adds that design element on the right side of this living room area opposite of the kitchen. But what I love most about this main living area are these sliding glass doors. Now, these doors serve 2 purposes. First, when they're closed, they just open up the space. Like we've continued to talk about, this much glass on the back wall looks amazing. The second purpose is for entertaining. I think when you're looking at buying a home like this that has this beautiful backyard, has a pool and a hot tub, it's so nice to just have sliding glass doors that open up, that you can just keep open as guests continue to go inside your home, to the outside, back to the inside, and you just need a lot of space for people to kind of continue to go back and forth. That sliding glass door is such a great upgrade. And you're going to see sliding glass doors in the game room, which is on this side of the home, on the study, which we're going to see once we get back in the home. And there is so much to see just in the backyard alone. Now, I love for this specific lot, they kept some mature trees like this one on the back right. We're going to see another one right there on the back left. And you just have this gigantic patio looking out to this pool. Now, the lots are very unique in this community because we are in Madrone Canyon, It's a new custom home lot community right on the border of Austin and two suburbs west of Austin called Lakeway and Bee Cave. Now, while we look at this design work around this hot tub and then we'll head back into the home, I did want to mention that this area of Austin's really known for its beauty. And you'll see that later on in the video where I'll take my drone up in the air above this home and you'll see the views that are possible here in this community called Madrone Canyon. What most people don't know is that this area is in between all the things that people want to be around. For example, if you just go 13, 14 miles north of here, you're going to be at Lake Travis, where you can do boating, you can grab food at a restaurant that has a view of the sunset off of the lake. If you go west of here, you have plenty of parks where you can do hiking and biking. And then if you just go east of here by about 22 miles, you're at downtown Austin, and you can take advantage of everything the city of Austin offers. On top of all that, you get this custom home that's on a beautiful lot that's right next to the suburb of Lakeway, which has been built out for a while and has a lot of restaurants and shops that are close by. Getting back into the home, I don't think we looked at the pantry. So there's going to be the cabinetry right behind the kitchen, and then across from this cabinetry is going to be the pantry for the kitchen. Being that this is a one-story plan, I don't want to walk from different areas and just bounce around. I just wanted to cover this from the main living area and heading outside, and now we're going to cover everything that's left of the main living area. So we have this cabinetry, which I love the under cabinet lighting that was there. We also have more cabinetry over here, which we'll get to in a second. What I want to show you next is the utility room. I want to hear from you on what your thoughts were on this flooring. I like how they use that shade of blue that's on the cabinets in the kitchen and just incorporated it into this utility room. I love that they fit a window in here right above the sink, and then your washer and dryer would go right here. Now we're gonna head over to the 3-car garage next, and then after that, I can't wait for you to see the study and the primary bedroom and bathroom. Both are fantastic. While we head over there, I wanted to cover building from scratch compared to buying inventory homes, because I know a lot of terms are being thrown out there when it comes to new construction, and most people need insight on how this works. Now, an inventory home, or what some builders call a spec home, is a home that they already have under construction. Now, the stage of construction can vary across all builders, but basically the builder has picked all the upgrades in the home, and they can't really change anything unless it's at an early stage of construction. Now, like I said, this is going to vary with each builder. Some sell these inventory homes when they're at just a concrete slab stage very early on. Some builders wait towards the end of construction to sell it, where buyers can walk the home and get a visual of how things look. It's all going to vary on the builder. But bottom line is, you're usually buying it as is, and if you can make changes, there's very little that you can usually change. Now, if you like the idea of picking all your upgrades from the structural all the way to the design, even before that, picking the floor plan on the particular lot that you really like, then you definitely want to build from scratch, or what most builders call a to-be-built option. And that's just simply picking the lot, picking a floor plan that you like with the builder, and then building it from there. Obviously, it takes a little bit more work. You have a lot more in choices, but you get more of what you want. Now look, I've represented buyers with 19 different builders. So some of those builders I would never do a to-be-built with. Some I think have fantastic design studios, and I would definitely recommend them. But I'll give you a little bit more insight on that later on in the video. What I want to focus on here is going to be the study. I keep pointing down at that floor outlet because that's a perfect spot to put your desk, where you can plug in your computer. Off your left shoulder, you have these fantastic windows, pretty much 6 windows on this back wall. In front of us, we have sliding glass doors that go out to the patio, and then I like how they have even a glass insert inside these double doors leading into this study. You're pretty much surrounded by glass, and I thought it was a perfect place to put a desk that just looked out to so many different things in that room. The same happens here in the primary bedroom, where we have tons of windows on the back wall. We'll get into the primary bedroom in a second. I love how they incorporated similar beams that we saw in the living room here in the primary bedroom. And this is what I want you to imagine. If you're waking up and you have curtains on your back wall, it's so nice to just peel those curtains to the side or use motorized blinds that go up, and then you're just met with this great greenery right behind your home. Now, small disclaimer here, we are in a new community, so there are homes under construction, so I can't guarantee that you'll have a view off the front or back of this home. It is one of the first homes that has been built in this community. So I think you'll get a good feel of what's around this home in the drone footage that I'll post later on in the video. Moving on, we are in the primary bathroom. I love how they fit another gigantic window in here, just illuminates this room, and they have fantastic design upgrades as well. But they have 2 vanities on this side. I like the lights in between both of those mirrors, and then everything opens up with this window that looks out to this freestanding tub. Now, one thing to keep in mind for privacy with that window, there are blinds that you can put on there that allow you to see out of the window, but people can't see in. Most builders will want buyers to do that themselves after they close, because most buyers want to match their blinds with an aesthetic they have with the furniture pieces that they're putting in the home. On this side, we have a frameless glass walk-in shower, which I think is fantastic. And I just have to go in here because when you're in here, it still feels like you're in the whole bathroom. And I think that's such a great touch to have in this primary bathroom. I also like that they cut up the tile into this hexagon pattern for the floor tile. It matches up really well with the floor tile for the rest of the bathroom. And then I like how they just kept the wall tile very simple with this white tile in a vertical pattern going all the way up to the top of the ceiling. Okay, on this side, we have a 3rd vanity, and then we're gonna take a look at the primary closet, which has great built-ins. And while we're in there, and then I'll get to the other side of this 1st-story home, and there's still a lot to see here, I did wanna continue what we were mentioning before, which is some builders offer a lot of these inventory or spec homes, and then some offer a lot of to-be-builts. And a lot of people ask me, well, based on my experience of representing buyers with 19 different builders, what's the better option and who are the best builders? And to be frank, I just don't think that question makes any sense, because the best builder depends on your criteria. It depends on your timing. It also depends on what you're looking for. In terms of timing, obviously, if you need to move here quicker, then you need to look at inventory homes that are already under construction compared to to-be-builts. Now, if you were to tell me I'm very flexible, I can move whenever I want, then we need to do a deep dive on your criteria and determine what's a great option from there. What I've found is for people that are looking to build large homes, like let's call it 3,500 to 5,500 square feet, and they're trying to do that with a high volume builder, most high volume builders don't offer that many choices at their design studio. They're not made to offer incredible options or luxurious options. They're high volume for a reason. They're more focused on quantity over anything else. And a couple examples of that, I've had buyers go to the design studio and I prepared them with a particular builder that they weren't going to get that many options for flooring. So they ended up doing it aftermarket, but they were comfortable with that. But they ended up meeting neighbors after they moved in who were very disappointed with the options at design, and nobody told them that expectation of that specific builder. I also have another builder who does great floor plans, is in a luxurious neighborhood that builds $1 million plus homes, but you can only pick one cabinet color with that builder for the whole home. So kitchen and all the bathrooms have to match with the same color. Now look, I would love to disclose all the information I know in these videos, but the fact is, if these builders change over time, I can't come back into these videos and delete these different parts out. So if you need this information, you're interested in building from scratch, certainly reach out to me and I'd be happy to give you all the information that I know. Getting into the game room, I love the coffered ceiling that they have in here. They continue to put great windows on the back wall. They have a lot of electrical that I didn't point out in a lot of these rooms, but I think you're seeing it throughout the home. It's well designed to not only give you all these great windows, all this great design, but great functionality in a lot of these rooms. For this game room, like I mentioned when we were out in the patio, it does have another sliding glass door on this back wall, and then we even get closet space in here. Now we're gonna go to the powder bathroom next, and while we head over there, I didn't want to leave you with just negative things stated about some builders who don't offer that great of a to-be-built experience. There are builders offering great experiences for their buyers right now. For example, one of those builders have changed their processes where every single week they do a weekly call with their buyers they have under contract, and they give them an estimated closing date, and they also talk about on a weekly basis if that changes and why it's changed, what stage of construction they're at. They just educate their buyers that they have under contract, and that's been a great experience for my two buyers that contracted recently. They've been very happy. So again, reach out to me. I don't want to promote a builder if they're going to change their processes later, but reach out to me. I can give you the heartbeat of the market as well as how these builders are changing. Focusing in on this home, I love what Ames Design Build did in that powder bathroom, just providing a backsplash behind the sink that goes all the way up to the ceiling, and they have fantastic modern designs as you're seeing in their spec homes here. Now, we do have a few bedrooms on this side of the home, and wait until you see this second bedroom that's on the right side. It has a surprise in it that I'll show you in a couple minutes. While we're in this bedroom, I'll just mention that I like how this one-story home is situated. For a lot of one-story homes, it ends up being a lot of hallways and almost feels like a maze to get into so many of these rooms, especially when we're at this square footage over 4,400 square feet. For this home, I think it's well organized, where if you recall, we got that main living area and kitchen in the center. On the left side of the home, we have that primary bedroom, bathroom, and study. And then on the right side of the home, we were just at the game room, and then there's a powder bathroom right off the main living area, and then 3 bedrooms. So it's well organized, and it's very logical. It makes a lot of sense, and that's what I like to see in a lot of plans, because I have to tell you, when there are unique lots, sometimes builders just don't understand what to put on these lots. And I think this builder, Ames Design Build, did a great job putting the right floor plan on this particular lot. And I think you'll see what I mean when we get to this next bedroom. And by the way, all these bedrooms have their own in-suite full bathrooms. I think that's pretty expected at this price point, but what's not expected are double doors leading out to a small front patio, which I think was such a cool idea. In this bedroom, I think they have it situated where you can put a bed on the right side, and you got windows on either side of the bed, and then you have these French doors going out to a front patio. What I thought was unique about this room is I've had a lot of buyers tell me that both spouses are in tech and they both work from home, or they just, regardless of tech or what field they're in, they both need to work from home. And they always say the same thing: they can do a study, they have to have a study, but they can use one of the spare bedrooms as a second study. I thought this was a great idea for that spare bedroom as a second study, because if you're taking calls inside all day, you just want to step out, get a breath of fresh air, you can do that right from this study as well as the other study that we saw. And so you could use this, of course, as a bedroom as well, but I thought that this was a very unique design to offer those doors going to the exterior of the home. And I'm finding a lot of buyers, especially in this market, can take advantage of something like that. Now, this bedroom does have an in-suite full bathroom. It also has a walk-in shower, which you're seeing here. And while we head to the next bedroom, I want to cover another popular question that I get weekly from people who reach out to me from YouTube, and that's timing this market. When should I buy? And I have a really good answer for this, and it's because on a weekly basis, I've been grabbing coffee or lunch with somebody who's been in real estate for quite a while, so they have a great deal of experience, but they have also achieved a high level of success. And that combination is somebody who I've been meeting with every single week, multiple times, just growing my network. And I've continued to ask them that question of how do you time the market, and what have they done in the past where they've achieved success, and how do they do it? And I get the same answer, a very similar answer in every single one of these conversations. And that answer is you can't. You can't time the market. For a lot of people that have been in real estate for so long, even people that have achieved 7 and 8 figures in wealth building from real estate, they always say you can't time the market. You can speculate all you want. You can analyze all the data, but chances are you're not going to be right every single time you buy real estate. There are going to be good real estate purchases that take off right when you buy them. There are going to be real estate purchases that don't take off or don't do well right after you buy them. But in the long term, real estate has done very well. And if you just continue to buy into the market and grow your wealth through real estate by buying properties, renting them out after you leave them, or selling them and going to buy more real estate, chances are you'll do well in the long term. And that's the similar answer I've been getting over and over and over again. Don't get me wrong, they speculate on what they think is going to happen, but they've said every single year what's been consistent about them is they try to figure out how they can get more of their wealth in real estate and continue to buy in the market. Now, even though that's a very interesting answer, and I think that's a good philosophy to live by, I think you still should be looking at supply and demand dynamics in certain markets, because some of these builders have great opportunities right now. Some do have future phases that are going to bring more supply to certain areas. Like this specific area, there isn't a whole lot of new construction in and around this area of Austin. So if you like this home or you're more interested in building from scratch, reach out to me. My information's in the description of this video. And like I mentioned before, I have a great deal of experience working with new homes and builders. Now, I've talked a lot about building from scratch compared to inventory homes. Let me show you some of the lots that are in this community called Madrone Canyon. It is so beautiful out here. Check this out. Okay, we're gonna fly right over the home. It was actually so difficult to fit this entire home in one frame just because it's so wide. And as you'll see as we get above this home, there's tons of new construction happening here. There's lots of greenery, and there are also great views. So you see some topography throughout this part of Austin. The hills of West Austin just go for miles and miles and miles, and it never gets old coming out here. And that's why I love featuring homes like this. Like, take a look at this cul-de-sac in front of us and imagine some of the lots that are possible around this type of community that look out to views like this. Incredible. Now, I want to give one more shout out to the listing agent, Micah VanDover at Kuper Sotheby's International. Again, this build was done by Ames Design Build. And my name's Raj Sahu, and I want to hear from you in the comments. What were your thoughts on this home that's listed at $3.15 million? And if you want to see another custom home that's close by to this one with an incredible view, click on the thumbnail that's appeared on your screen. And as always, I hope this helps. Take care, everyone.